A lot of people think the purple belt is just a halfway point to black belt, but it's not. It's an initiation into something entirely different. Blue belt is where you found your game. Purple is where you prove that it works across a variety of circumstances, under pressure, against extreme levels of resistance, and against people who don't fall for the first trick you throw at them. This is where you start playing chess on the mats. And if you're not ready, that belt will feel heavier week after week. And that's what we're talking about today. Whether you're a late stage blue belt, looking ahead at that purple strap, or a newly minted purple belt, struggling with that new identity, this one's for you. Because stepping into purple means stepping into a whole different fire and seeing what actually survives. Welcome to the Alchemy of Struggle, baby. If you just got your purple belt and feel like you don't deserve it, it's not so much imposter syndrome as it is a heightened level of self-awareness. Purple isn't just the next belt. It's a whole new level of expectations. You're now expected to lead, to teach, to control the pace, and to win across a variety of circumstances. And when you don't hold up to those standards, people notice. If you're a late stage blue belt, here's what's likely happening right now. You found some reliable techniques that you're able to call your own. You've got a few that feel like they're your game. And people are starting to say, you're getting close, bro. But deep down inside, there's this creeping question. Am I actually ready for the next level? The level where more people start asking me for advice, and where others start to follow my pace on the mats. And here's the part no one tells you. Getting the belt is a moment, but becoming the belt is a lengthy process. And that process doesn't start on the day of your promotion. It starts from the first moment you feel the pressure to live up to it. From purple belt onward, nothing gets handed to you. You don't level up just by showing up. You have to really earn it. And now it's starting to get harder. Because you need a game that not only holds up, but one that evolves under pressure. Because purple isn't about what you know. It's about how well you adapt when it completely falls apart. So let's talk about the purple belt shift. At purple, you don't get by just by adding more techniques. It's about linking what you already know into a cohesive system. One that adapts, one that flows, one that can survive when plan A fails. Your game has to hold up against people who know what's coming, who don't fall for the same old stunts, and who are skilled at taking you out of your comfort zone and into the deep waters. It requires you to become more strategic. You start planning 2 or 3 moves ahead. You move in one direction just to get a reaction. Then you pivot to attack. You feint not just to fake them, but to disrupt their decision tree and trap them like a mouse. You're not just stringing together submissions. You're piling on whole sequences of attacks, one on top of the other. And that's why the purple belt is earned twice. Once in the belt ceremony, and again every week, through refinement, through adjustment, and through new levels of pressure. But then there's this thing I like to call the visibility trap, or the purple belt burden. The purple belt changes how people see you. You've now become a reference point, whether you like it or not. Lower belts watch you closer, and instructors start to lean on you. Your good days and your bad days carry far more weight. If your ego flares up, everyone notices. If you roll recklessly, it sets the tone for the entire room. So whether you signed up for it or not, you are a leader by example. And that level of visibility comes with pressure. And some purple belts crack under the weight of it. They go dark, avoid hard rolls, skip rolls with that tough blue belt that they used to dominate, because that person has gotten a lot better. They begin to resent the expectation instead of rising to it. And that's why some purple belts get stuck indefinitely. They never really become what the belt asked them to become. But here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be honest on the mats and remain visible, even when things get ugly. Look, I remember my first tournament as a purple belt. I've mentioned this before on the channel. I didn't feel like a purple belt going into that tournament. I hadn't been tested yet. And I lost. I lost bad in front of my team. It was kind of embarrassing. But I owned it. I owned every mistake. I owned every hesitation. And I owned every dumb decision. I learned from it and grew from it, and came back a few months later to win gold. That day, from beginning to end, I was a purple belt. And for some, the level of leadership, of responsibility, goes beyond the mat. For me, it's this channel, and the channel that I manage for Ithaca BJJ. It's how I share with others my lived experience in this art. I could have started the Alchemy channel back when I was a blue belt, but as a bit of a traditionalist, I waited until purple. Not because now I think I know everything, but because I respect the weight of the belt and the weight of the art. I wanted to be able to speak more from lived experience instead of high-flying theories and clickbait titles. So if you're in that purple belt chapter or heading toward it, remember this. The belt isn't asking you to dominate. It's asking you to show up more honestly, more consistently, and to carry that extra weight with presence and grace, instead of just performance and what's more expedient in the moment. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out the last video on blue belts over 40 and how they get stuck in the study trap. And if you found any of this helpful, check out the description for some free tools, or join as a member if you want to go deeper. And as always, I want to thank the subscribers and the commenters for helping me level up this content. But remember, there are others who need this message, so let's help them find it. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep up the good fight, and stay safe on those mats. Peace.